Okay, so,
Yeah.
like, what if I told you the universe isn't just, like, random stuff floating around, but a language
A language, really?
with, like, a grammar and everything? That's the idea behind this cognitive-theoretic model of the universe, the CTMU.
Oh, the CTMU.
Right. We're diving deep today, looking at these excerpts from, well, they're labeled as pasted text. They're excerpts from the CTMU
Gotcha.
about this whole concept of syntax, but not syntax like, for sentences, but for like reality itself.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. So the CTMU, it says the universe is like a self-configuring, self-processing language, an SESPL.
Okay, an SESPL. So basically it's saying reality has some kind of inbuilt structure, some kind of logic.
Right. Like a language, but for like everything.
Yeah, it's a big shift in perspective, to say the
A
least.
huge shift. It's like, whoa, my brain hurts just thinking about it. I mean, I can barely handle English grammar.
Uh-huh, right.
So how does this apply to the universe?
Well, think about it this way. Language has syntax, right? Those rules that tell you how to put words together to actually say something meaningful.
Yeah, like subject, verb, object, that sort of thing.
Exactly. The CTMU says that the universe also has this syntax. But instead of words, you have, well, everything. Particles, forces, even consciousness.
Whoa, hold on. So like gravity, that's syntax.
It could be, yeah, like a rule written into the very fabric of space-time.
Okay, that's blowing my mind a bit. But I guess it makes sense. Because if there were NO rules, wouldn't the universe just be chaos?
Exactly. Imagine a universe where, like, the laws of physics just randomly changed all the time, objects appearing and disappearing. Nothing would make sense.
Right. Life would be impossible, or at least super unpredictable. So the CTMU says syntax is what keeps everything from being completely random, right? Keeps things coherent.
Right. Syntax provides the order, the consistency. It's like the scaffolding of reality, in a way.
Okay, that's starting to make more sense. But if the universe is a language, who's doing the talking?
Good question. That's where these things called syntactic operators come in.
Syntactic operators. Those sound kind of intense.
They can be. Basically, these are the things that, actually carry out the rules of the universe. And they can be super simple or mind-bogglingly complex.
Okay, so give me an example of like a simple one.
Well, we were just talking about it. Gravity. That's a syntactic operator. It tells objects with mass how to behave, how to attract each other.
Right. So an apple falls from a tree because of this syntactic operator, this rule of gravity. Makes sense. What about a more complex example?
Well, according to the CTMU, even things like human consciousness, that could be a syntactic operator too.
Whoa, really? So my brain is like a cosmic rule enforcer.
In a way, yeah. Think about it. Your brain processes information, it makes decisions, it influences the world around you. It's like writing lines of code, shaping the reality you experience.
Whoa, that is deep. So we're not just passive observers in this universe's language thing, we're active participants. Like we're shaping the narrative with our thoughts and actions.
Exactly. And that leads into another really fascinating aspect of the CTMU, the idea that the universe isn't static, it's dynamic.
Right, it's constantly changing, evolving. So how does syntax fit into that?
Well, think about language again. Language isn't static either, right? New words are invented all the time, grammar evolves, language adapts to new ideas and concepts. The CTMU says the universe kind of works the same way.
Wait, so the universe is making up new words as it goes along?
Not exactly words,
Ah.
but the rules, the syntax, it allows for novelty, for change. It provides the basic structure, but it also allows for creativity, for things to, evolve and become more complex.
So the universe is like constantly rewriting its own code. That's kind of terrifying, but also awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ties into this whole idea of intrinsic syntax. The
Yeah.
CTMU says these rules aren't like imposed from the outside by some cosmic
All
programmer.
right, right.
They're built into the very fabric of reality. It's not that someone set up the universe and hit run. The universe is inherently self-organizing, self-governing.
Okay, so the universe is like a self-learning program. That's wild. But if it's constantly learning and evolving, does that mean the rules can change too? Like, can the syntax itself evolve?
That's a big question. If syntax is absolute and unchanging, how can the universe evolve? But if syntax can change, then what governs those changes?
Whoa, yeah. That's a real head-scratcher.
Yeah.
But still, this whole idea of the universe as a language with its own syntax, it really makes you think about our place in it all.
It definitely does. It reframes everything. If the universe is a language, are we just speakers or are we writers too?
Right. And can we, like, consciously influence the syntax, like change the rules of the game?
That's a pretty profound question, one that Well, we might not have the answer to just yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other level of mind-blowing. But hey, it gives us something to think about, right? If we can understand the language of the universe, what could we do? What kind of potential would that unlock?
Who knows? But it's definitely exciting to think about.
Definitely. Something to ponder for sure.